So I had somebody recently leave me a comment telling me that the rapture was going to take place on the 20th of June of this year, and it was based on the fig tree generation. Now this is a theory that I thought probably should have already died by now, but it seems like the Watchmen continue to find excuses to prop it up. And I said that you do know that that theory is a lot older than 1948, right? And they were like, well, it couldn't have been because it failed. And I'm like, yeah, that's my thesis, is that it is a failed theory that is somehow being resurrected again to push the idea that, I mean, even when going back nearly 40 years from here, the classic idea of a generation was 40 years. So 1948 to 1988, and that's how we got the book, 88 Reasons the Rapture is Going to Be in 1988. And well, that clearly failed, and people don't seem to learn from that. They don't learn from the mistake. They would never make it in Marine Corps boot camp because it's a lot of watching what people do and them screwing up and you not wanting to get the same punishment they do for screwing up in the same way. So I don't know. I just look at this and it's just like this failed in the early 1900s, late 1800s. I mean, that was a theory, but again, 2025. So let's just take a look around the YouTubes and see what we got. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see, Rapture 2025 and the Parable of the Fig Tree. Rapture likely in 2025. We are still in the fig tree generation window. It's a window now. Oh, look, Little Miss Fraudulent's back. Fig tree generation. Probably setting up for another fundraiser there, I'm guessing. I guess $50,000 from her subs wasn't enough. Let's see, the Rapture and the fig tree. Let's see, what else do we got that's interesting? Rapture May of 2025, so that's sooner than the June. Fig tree generation. Rapture and the fig tree generation. Fig tree generation. High Rapture Watch 2021. I guess that didn't age well. Or 4 years ago? Yeah. We are in the fig tree generation. It's going to come back and bite you. I mean, other than that. So what else? 2025. No, that's something else. 2028 with Blow the Shofar. He's been getting a little bit of flack from candidates. But yeah, so probably trying to make an argument for, I don't know. And I realize these are just the titles. I mean, sometimes I put titles up to just bring people in. But they're like, hey, that's clickbait. Well, got to play the game somehow, right? Let's see, Fig Tree Prophecy, and then, here's Roach with 77 to 84. Yeah, that's why I thought it was supposed to die, because I thought it was using the 70 to 80 years with strength kind of thing going on, but okay. There's enough of that. So I figured I would just bring up a couple of examples to show that this is actually older than 1948. I realize, I mean, I even grew up with it, and nobody really questioned it, thinking, 1948 or whatever. But, I mean, here's a document here where they're basically talking, it says, the discourse brought therefore down to the day which is manifestly but just ahead of us, in our generation. Now continues as follows, and then down the footnote we see the fig tree generation. This document was published in 1895, and they're making the argument, if you want to read through it, they make the argument that it was, the fig tree generation was 120 years. It started in 1780, and bringing you out to 1900, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that was wrong. They based that off a generation being 120 years based on Noah. You can see some of that down in here, but it's not important because, well, it was wrong. So let's move on to the next thing here, and we see down here, the fig tree generation. Let's see. When it's branched yet tender, we've heard it all before, and this document was published in October of 1910. I didn't read through it too much to figure out what the argument was, but this was still something that was being taught all the way back then, and they thinking, this is it. There wasn't, I couldn't find anything about the rapture. I don't remember if I searched both of them, but they were thinking, hey, we're in the generation of the end. So here's my 2 points on this. Number one, if you have a theory and it fails, then let it go. But because of people's pride, they have to keep it going because they know they're right, even though they were wrong. They're like, we got to tweak it here and there, but I know this is still in play. And it's like, it's not a thing. And number two, imagine reading that article in 1895 where they're basically saying the end of the fig tree generation is 1900. We're at the end of time. That was 125 years ago of just sitting around speculating on the end of the world, or making it to the article in 1910. And where is this? This is still the fig tree generation. It's 115 years ago. And it's like nobody learns from other people's mistakes. They keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. And I try to point this stuff out so that people can just stop trying to figure out when the end is. I mean, what does that do to somebody's faith? I mean, obviously, if it kills it, then it wasn't really that strong. But what if we potentially make it to May of 2028, where we have completely elapsed that 70 to 80 years, it's done, and we're still here? What is that going to do to people's faith? The thing is that it shouldn't be about this. It shouldn't be trying to figure out and predict the end of the world. I'm not really concerned with when that is. Now, I've got theories only because I've been researching these people, and it gives me ideas, but I still think that whatever I come up with, I'm at least intellectually honest enough to know why I'm wrong. I'm not going to say, wait, I bet you it's right here, and here's all the things, and I could make a really good timeline, and I could tell you, man, it's in this little window right here. The thing is, I also know what's wrong with that window, which is why I don't want to put that information out there, because then other people will take it and get 100,000 subs, and I'm not going to help them. So, yeah,